You meet your beloved, you fall in love, the sparks, the stars, they're all aligned until something crumbles. And you're left in separation. It's humiliating, horrifying, and you don't know where to go. Well, congratulations, you are going through a spiritual awakening through twin flame separation. And today I'm going to talk about the mother wound in regard to your twin flame separation. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but we as a collective on this planet are going through a divine feminine awakening as well as a spiritual awakening. We are rising the divine feminine, and in that, we're also reopening ancient wounds of the feminine. These wounds need to be healed out in order for us to align with our twin flame. Our twin flame is a mirror of our own feminine and masculine, our own mirror of our soul when we come into harmony. Our twin flame, and also sometimes our false twin flame that sparks our own twin flame union, is going to bring us back into a state of divine union. We tap into that sweet nectar. We feel held, we feel at home. And then when there's a separation, it brings up all of our stuff, our pain, our wounding. This is an opportunity for alchemy. However, that lead can feel intensely heavy. It can feel traumatic, and it can feel like, I don't even know if I want to be on this planet. I know I myself was so caught in this mire many years ago when I was in my twin flame separation. And thank goodness I did the deep healing work and I dove into my mother wounds as well as all of the wounds that were coming up for me. I got the support. And now I'm in an incredible union with my husband, my twin flame, and we have a gorgeous daughter together. So I'm going to talk about what the mother wound is, how important it is to heal it, and what you can do. So our mother wound is connected to our sacral chakra, our womb wisdom. And this is in phase 2 in our twin flame alchemy formula. When we dive into this womb wound, it's going to be an opportunity for us to restore our female creative energy, our ability to manifest from magic from the moon in order to manifest our beloved. It's not just doing the right things, getting out there online dating, checking off our list of, are we hot enough? Do we have enough money? Are we following the right dating strategy? Is our body language good? All those how to text him back right kind of things. Those can be helpful for sure, but if we're not really in our manifestation and in our womanly, divine, feminine intuition and flow, then we're cutting off a big aspect of ourselves, and our twin flame cannot come through the twin flame mirror. Twin flame alchemy, Aphrodite University's signature formula, phase 2 is all about the mother wounds and healing our wombs. Our wombs are the house of our feminine energy. This relates to our ability to manifest and moonifest and move the universe from our creativity, from our intuition and our passion. When we're conceived inside our mama's wombs, we grow, we are nourished, we are held for 9 months. Then we come out into the world, and ideally we are held by our mother. We're held by our mother not only physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Hopefully our mothers are empowered. We are held by priestesses who have love in their eyes. In Chinese medicine, they say a child's health depends on the light coming through the mother's eyes, beamed into her children's eyes. And that light originally comes from the stars. Now the problem is so many of our mothers come from mothers who come from mothers who have trauma. Collectively, as a planet, we've gone through so much war, trauma, political strife, starvation, and in particular, the feminine has been raped and ravished. The word rape comes from the Latin word rapere, which means to seize. The original rape law, the Code of Hammurabi, said that rape was a seizure against the father, that his property was the virgin girl. And if she was raped, it was a crime against him, not against the girl. And our laws have come from this patriarchal space that has not honored the divine feminine. The patriarchy has been persecuting the females and the feminine. In fact, women were often beaten when they were raped, for they were blamed for being too sexy or wearing the wrong clothing. And this has been happening for centuries, even millennia, and it happens today still. Some of my clients who were raped in college They went to the cops. What did they get? They got shamed. What happened to the rapists? They got away. Now things are improving massively, but so many women, empowered, beautiful priestesses, are healing these wounds held in the womb. And these are what I call the mother wounds. They are passed down through the epigenetics. What is epigenetics? You could say that epigenetics is the study of the expression of our genes. Well, what happens when we have trauma in ourselves or in our great-great-great-grandmothers? Well, scientists have found out that when your great-grandmother has experienced a trauma, even if you don't experience it, it will express itself in the genes. What this means is if you were not in a Holocaust, but your great-grandmother or grandparent was, then you will have the stress and the cellular memory held in your body and in your DNA as if you've been through that experience.
If a woman in your lineage went through a rape, a trauma, abuse, even if you don't know about it, even if it was a great-grandmother or someone even beyond that, there's a likely chance that your genes hold on to some of that memory and your womb will hold on to that negative energy until it is healed.
Now, this is even shown in animal studies, which I have one from psychcentral.com. In a recent study, researchers showed how interpersonal early life stress can impact second and third generational offspring to early and unpredictable separation from their mother from day 1 to 14. The mother was subjected to stress. Well, what happened? The offspring displayed depressive symptoms, as was expected. However, the interesting result of the study was that the second and third generation offspring that were raised normally under healthy conditions displayed abnormally high levels of depression. So when we go through a twin flame separation and we have an emotional imbalance such as depression, anxiety, deep grief, anger, this may or may not be about the person you believe is your twin flame. What's more important is to study the underlying conditions. Why is this happening? Where did this come from? And how can we resolve it on an ancestral and personal level? How can we clear up our DNA imbalances? So, one thing that you can do is you can start interviewing your family members about their history with depression, anxiety, emotions. You can ask them about their early childhood experiences. Our early childhood years will impact us, and it will also impact the next generations until we do the deep healing work. You can ask your family members, what type of healing work have you participated in? Have you ever been to a therapist? Talking to your parents, especially your mother, about her early childhood wounds. Has she experienced sexual trauma? Has she been raped? These are conversations that perhaps are taboo in our society, but if we do not have them, we will not have a holistic healing to ourselves and to our next generations. So if you are committed, as I am, to healing your daughter, your son, the next generations on this planet, you don't want to raise children in a world of anger, violence, fear, depression, then it's time to start having these inquisitive conversations from compassion and love and curiosity. At Aphrodite University, our Divine Feminine University, in our BA program, we actually have assignments where we have our students have these conversations with their parents with specific questions and assignments. And what will happen oftentimes is they'll have huge revelations, whether it was a big secret, like a sexual assault that they didn't know about, or something really small. These conversations will often spark a huge opportunity for healing and growth in the individual. And that will oftentimes lead into a healing of the twin flame separation, especially regarding our mother wounds. We feel so connected to our mothers because we come from our mothers. We also come from the stars. Before we're born into the womb, we come from our own soul's realm. And coming into that physical material mother matter is incredibly uncomfortable for our little starseed soul. So we have to recreate the bonds of comfort. And if we don't do it from within, and we don't do it by empowering ourselves in our ancestral stories, healing our mother wounds, healing what has been going on in our lineage for perhaps generation or even multiple lifetimes. If we don't do this healing work, what happens with our twin flame or our false twin flame is we can have all of these magical signs and we can start projecting onto that lover or that crush instead of my other lover. It's actually sometimes mother. I'm wanting other and this other. We want to actually find that other within ourselves. Healing our mother wounds requires us to step up as a mother for our inner child. And this takes courage and work and breaking of addictive patterns that have caused women to give their power away to the patriarchy, asking him to provide the love, the security, the comfort, the home, the power. Sisters, it starts by taking our power back, as well as men having the courage to do the same within their own feminine. It requires us to alchemize our pain into pleasure and the pressure into power. When we heal our womb wounds, our mother wounds, and we reclaim the codes of the divine mother within ourselves, we can provide a canvas upon which we can paint our twin flame love stories from wholeness for our whole mate versus coming from the spot of the little girl with the broken heart who's traumatized, who's holding on to her mother's trauma, who's holding on to incest and ancestral pain and trauma. Instead, we can turn all of that trauma into treasure, bring our partner into true pleasure versus having him do all the healing for us, which is just too much for his inner boy or her inner girl. Join me and my tribe of incredible light workers for a complimentary full moon ritual, a divine feminine activation for women only who are ready to rise and heal their lineage. We do an incredible releasement ceremony and we tap into the deep medicine of the heart using cacao as well as rose essential oil. You'll be emailed a recipe that is going to help activate and open your heart. You can bring that nourishing brew, the twin flame elixir, to the ritual where you'll participate in an incredible guided meditation run by two high priestesses who have been doing this work for lifetimes, who have the power to support you in healing your mother wounds in the place of sisterhood that replaces the pain of the patriarchy. We need our men as well, but in order to heal and really tune into those whole mother womb wisdom codes, we want to come together in circle, especially around the cycle of the moon. So I'll put the link in the description box. The full moon ritual is absolutely free on the house at Aphrodite University, and there's no pressure to sign up. We will make a couple of announcements and offers that might pique your interest if you're interested in getting our deeper level of support. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. If you liked it, give me a thumbs, one of those, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste, namaste.